Natural medicine is nature's gift to man. Many countries have harnessed the potential of their environment through research and the development of natural medicines. Countries like China and Korea have developed the potentials that comes from alternative medicines. Nigeria, however, is yet to tap into the diverse resources nature has to offer. Director General, Nigeria Natural Medicine Development Agency, says the future of Nigeria's healthcare lies in the re-evaluation of natural medicines, integrating modern science and technology to ensure safety and efficacy.
It is high time that we explore the great potentials within the natural medicine in Nigeria, because this is the only way in which we can help millions of Nigeria to transit from poverty to wealth. We must establish a delicate balance between our traditional existence and international engagement. I will therefore suggest we develop a national development framework at the 774 local governments as ambassadors of natural medicine in Nigeria.
We have requested that individuals, specific people representing different groups will come to sit down and do a rethinking of what we are doing in terms of developing our own indigenous medicine. Because as you know, the cost of imported drugs is now beyond the reach of even the rich. So it means that if we don't do something fast, then we are on our way to total collapse in terms of availability of the medicines.
The Indian High Commissioner emphasizes the need to develop strategies for research development, regulation of the practice of natural medicine, and safety of such medicines in the country.
I believe that both our countries can come together to synergize and to learn from each other. The cooperation between India and Nigeria in the field of traditional medicine actually goes long back, and which has emphasized interaction.
The commercialization of these products is expected to generate 3.8 million jobs, impacting multiple sectors from agriculture to education. No nation can advance without investing in science and technology, and my ministry is functional to all others.
Hopefully, Nigeria begins to look within its vast natural resources and find ways to develop and train healthcare workers in the area of natural medicine. Olije Wapera, Arise News.
Right, let's now have the Director General, Nigeria Natural Medicine Development Agency, Colonialism-Emeje, and Professor Ben Amodu, CEO of African Alternative Medicine Hospital. They both talked to us about natural medicine in Nigeria, and there's no better time, like you heard one of the respondents there say, look, imported drugs are going way out of the reach of even the rich. Let me start with you, Professor Emeje. I mean, you are the DG of Nigeria Natural Medicine Development Agency. You know, in this part, when you talk about alternative medicine, the first thing that comes to your mind is, you know, maybe a native doctor, Babalawo or what have you, or some would say Popsilawo. But within the Nigerian context, how important is it for Nigeria to begin to look in the direction of alternative medicine?
Okay, so thank you very much for that question. First, let me say that my colleagues, they call me Babalao DG, and I'm proud to say that, yes, I'm Babalao DG. Then I should also say this, that actually natural medicine is not an alternative. You don't say something that is available is alternative to what is not available. And I'm speaking from the point of science, information and knowledge. We all know in the scientific world that about at least 80% of our people depend on natural medicines. And I'm not talking of Nigeria alone, I'm talking of across the world. And if that is the case, then it is not an alternative. The narrative that natural medicine is alternative to imported or Western medicine is part of the carryover from colonialism, which we have continued to, which is one of the reasons why why we are not having good recognition and support for the development of our own indigenous or traditional medicine, natural medicine, so nutraceuticals, dietary supplements, as the case may be, as we all call it. This is holistic medicine, okay? And it has to do with the raw materials that is available in our own environment, that is indigenous to us. And I'm talking of our plants, our herbs, I'm talking of our animals, I'm talking of our soil, I'm talking of our minerals, I'm talking of our marine life. And Nigeria is huge in terms of vast natural resources, that if we were to be deliberate and strategic, to borrow the words of the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, when he visited Equatorial Guinea and advised all presidents, heads of government of African countries, that they should go back home and have deliberate and strategic support for research and development, and saying that the solution to African problem lies in Africa. I'm borrowing that to say that, look, that is what we need to do, and that is what our indigenous medicine development is all about. By the way, the medicines we import, those Western medicines, I'm a pharmacist, I'm a Western trained pharmacist, a professor of pharmacy, so I can tell you exactly what we do. These things that we import are actually the indigenous medicines or indigenous products of those countries that their own scientists have researched into, have developed and put them out there in a way that we that are not serious with our own in terms of support from both the private and public sector we become market for them to do this. And before all of this, actually, we all know that thousands of years before the advent of colonialism, or before the importation of these foreign medicines, our people had lived well and healed themselves of the different ailments that they had, because in every community, the disease, the ailment in that community, the solution is in that community. It's in the herbs of that community. It's in the soil of that community.
Absolutely.
It's in the water of that community.
Very well said. Let me quickly bring in a gentleman who himself is a practitioner, Professor Ben Amodu. I mean, you are the first professor of phytomedicine in Africa. I find that very interesting. And you've put in about 35 years in, coming up with natural medicine. Prof there says it's not alternative. So from your point of view, I mean, help us understand your work so far and how you've been able to, step into the gap, created by non-availability of, imported foreign drugs, and how can natural medicine really become mainstream?
Thank you.
That question is for Professor Ben Amodu.
I totally agree with the DG of natural medicine. While graduating from ABU, I studied industrial pharmacy, and following WHO carefully, WHO was saying that in no time, natural medicine would take over from conventional medicines. Right. And I took that seriously, and when I was posted to Dodam Barracks, my research effort started with the advent of HIV/AIDS. And to God be the glory today, we have solutions to all that. So natural medicine is the way to go.
Science-backed solutions?
Yes, science. As I speak with you, I have over 38 publications in high-impact journals in the world, supporting what I have done locally here as solutions to the various issues in my area, specific area of research, which is communicable and non-communicable diseases, and provide solutions to a number of issues which worldwide have find it difficult. I throw in one simple one. During the time of COVID, we were told that there's no solution to COVID. I've written to government. I took the samples to government. When they did not answer me, patients who have problems would definitely go to where solution is. And when they came to me, the solution came, and it's there on the internet. It's there on my page, African Alternative Medicine Worldwide. The name of my practice is African Alternative Medicine Worldwide. Right. No contradiction to what the DG said about alternative to, just to differentiate that. So far, so good. A number of issues relating to the heart. You know, if you have a heart issue in the conventional medical practice, you have to be operated. It's irreversible.
Right.
In the natural medicine we practice, you now have reversal. These are posted there. This is not just a claim.
Without surgery,
without surgery,
invasion.
it is reversed.
Right.
Then we have issues like you have a big wound on the leg. What science says is you are amputated if you are diabetic. Today, that can be easily reversed. A case in point, recently, in a high-brow hospital here, a mother, 80 years old, was admitted. The place bandaged. She's diabetic. And the son was afraid this could lead to the death of the mother. He procured the diabetic combo. And in 6 days, that place, when the professor came to remove, he said, what? The place is healed.
You know, Prof, one of the, I recall, I mean, living in Lagos, those days when Molues, used to ply the roads of Lagos, and you would, see this medicine dealers claim that one particular drug can cure every ailment. And you'll see people actually rush to buy these things. I don't want to believe that what you are coming up with, your solutions are in the same category with this. You have different, science-backed, medicines and what have you. But let me come to Professor Martins-Emeje. How is your agency helping people like Professor Ben Amodu, whether in terms of funding, in terms of providing everything that's needed for research that, would help come up with, the kind of results that we're hoping to get in a way that we can solve multiple problems on multiple layers? What kind of assistance are you giving them?
Thank you. We are a government institution, the only health research and development agency that is established by Act of Parliament to ensure that we research and develop, we protect, we preserve and conserve everything about our natural medicine in Nigeria, including what we call non-medication therapies, because it's not in everything that you use drugs, Then to also ensure that we support traditional medicine practitioners, and people who are into the practice of indigenous medicine, like the guest that is with you there. And what is the help that we give? We are a scientific institution. We are a research and development institution. We're an academic-based research institution. So, every claim by our traditional medical practitioners, by practitioners of indigenous medicine, they have a place like the Nigerian Natural Medicine Development Agency where they can present what they have the experience in for us to subject them to scientific evaluation. You see, because it is science. Medicine is science, and there are protocols, there are people skilled and capacitated in how to investigate the efficacy, that is, the use. That is how useful it is. The safety of these products that these practitioners use. So what we offer is, because we have a established institution that is scientifically and internationally accredited. Our laboratory, for example, in Kofa Biomi in Lagos here, is accredited, what we call ISO 17025 accreditation, which has to do with laboratory tests, meaning that if we do any study, any evaluation, any test in this laboratory, about 185 other laboratories in over 100 countries will not doubt it, because we all operate in the same pool. The examination, the international examination, is done in the same pool. So practitioners of traditional medicine, when we encourage them to bring their products to us for investigation, for evaluation, so that we can give them the scientific basis for which what they are using can be used. Because
let me come back
of
to
our products that our people use.
Thank you. We're pressed for time. Professor Ben Amodu, I mean, how are you taking advantage of what the agency has to provide in terms of giving you the platform? And again, the WHO, has been concerned about communicable and non-communicable diseases. It says there's a growing danger. How are you, helping to navigate in that respect?
Well, with what the professor just said,
Yes.
we already written letter to them for collaboration
Right.
in various areas with respect to our discovery, which are scientifically proven.
Okay.
However,
Have they responded?
yes, the issue with non-communicable disease, because with a communicable disease, a lot of safeguards have been put in terms of vaccines or whatever arrangement for hepatitis, HIV, and what have you. But in areas like non-communicable diseases that has become a very serious issue, I give you this, 36 million in the very year past, whereas in the year under review, 41 million people died globally, leading to a 74% the cause of death in the entire world, which is very worrisome. From 64% to 74% this year.
Right.
And cardiovascular diseases, 17.9 million. Cancers, 9.3 million. Respiratory diseases,
All kinds of non-communicable
4.1 million.
Right.
Diabetics and kidney, 2.0. So the four accounts for 80% of premature death within the low-income countries of the world. And these things can be preventable,
Right.
So
Now, speaking of low income, very quickly before we wrap this, because we don't have any more time,
Okay.
let's talk about the commercial potential of, traditional medicine. How important is it for both of you? But I'd like you, Dr. Ben Amodu, to respond to that. What are the potentials economically in terms of contributing to the GDP?
as we speak today, according to Polaris Group, $412 million, billion dollars in terms of projections.
Right.
And this is projected to 2050 to come to about $6 trillion.
Right.
45.48% is dominated by the European countries, whereas with comparative advantage, we have most of this raw material, as explained by the DG.
So there's a lot of potential. We'll have to live it
No
there.
doubt, no doubt.
Have to live it there.
No doubt.
Thank you so much. Professor Ben Amodu, CEO, African Alternative Medicine Hospital, right here in Abuja. Professor Martins-Emeje is the DG Nigeria Natural Medicine Development Agency. Thank you, both of you, for joining us on Newsnight. This is a conversation that definitely has to continue.